Starting. Okay, I think we are live. You guys were good at technology. We're so good at technology. And something I'll share is that when I started coaching, I was not good at technology. So I've come so far, although Liz totally set this up.
I just needed it. Technical friend.
Yeah. But I have come a very long way. My husband used to say I had the technological skills of an 80-year-old, and now he thinks I, maybe have come down some decades on that.
And that's funny that you say that, because before coaching, I never posted on social media, and I was like deathly afraid of selfies. So how things have changed.
Oh, 100%. Me too. We're going to talk about all that stuff.
We are.
Hopefully you have your cocoa or coffee or water or tea or whatever you're drinking today. And we are just going to get into it because we have a lot of fun info to share with you guys. And I know for me, and I think I can speak from these ladies, that coaching has truly changed our lives and enriched it more than we ever thought. And it can happen on so many different levels and so many different ways through this journey. So hopefully we'll touch on all of that today, and you'll get some of your questions answered and start to figure out if this is something for you also. First, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Courtney Gubernick. I have been a coach for 4.5 years, and these ladies are so sweet. They told me to start because they said we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. And so something that is really amazing, and even when they say that today, I still have to pinch myself because there is this ripple effect that happens with one decision someone can make. And so I'll tell you how that I made that decision. I was a mom to at that time, 2-year-old and 4-year-old, 2 little girls, busy stay-at-home mom. My husband and I had a business we owned, which I would help out in fairly often. I also taught group fitness classes. I taught jazzercise. That always gives everybody a little chuckle. But that is a huge part of my life because I did love fitness. I would teach these classes and see women come to class every single day and, some of them 7 days a week and not get the total results they wanted. And I even myself was feeling that way, being the instructor on stage. And so I had heard about this little program that somebody was talking to and at the dance studio I was at. And I eavesdropped and I listened to the name and I started Googling and found, that it was a 21-day fix. And I was really intrigued because I'd always seen these infomercial things and you think, oh, that's just a scam, or, those things don't work or whatever. They're just selling it on TV. It can't be great. And I was curious, it intrigued me to the point of I want to try this. So I probably watched the infomercial or the little promo clip 20 times. And then I finally ordered it. And I told my husband I was doing it and he laughed at me. He was like, really? You're going to do that? And I was like, yeah, I want something else. I want to try. They say this works. I want to see what happens. And so I got my package in the mail. I didn't have a coach helping me. And I read through it all and I wrapped my brain around it. And I was like, I'm going to commit to this for 21 days and see what happens. I'm going to make this a full experiment, 100% in. And I asked Liz to do it with me and she said no. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'm still going to do it. And I did one round, 21 days, and I took my before and after pictures and I was like, whoa, this really works. So I did another round and another round. And I think around 60 days in is when I showed Liz my before and after pictures. And she was like, okay, I'll do it. Because it was a combination of the exercise, having a plan in place of what I was going to do, and truly understanding food. Because that is the hardest part, I think, of a fitness regimen is the food. And this was a simple way to stay on track and something that I had never done before. Needless to say, she bought the package, on her own. We still didn't have a coach. And she started getting great results. And then I saw this woman posting on social media. She was kind of an acquaintance from the dance studio. She no longer lived in Arizona where I was, but we were Facebook friends. And she was sharing pictures of these fitness programs she was doing. And she shared, I specifically remember a picture of her with 3 other ladies at an event in Las Vegas, and it was like a sequins and sparkles, and they were wearing these glittery dresses, and I was like, you know, that looks pretty amazing. I don't really know what she's doing, but she's going on these business trips with other women, and me and my mom life of a 2- and 4-year-old who had never even barely left them for a night out. At that point, the idea of something being a business trip where I could be with friends and have fun, like, sounded amazing to me. And so I then saw her post about a challenge group that she was running. And I really didn't know what that meant either, but I saw her before and after pictures, and I sent her a message, and I said, hey, Megan, I saw your group. Here are my before and after pictures from 21 Day Fix. I want to even take it to another level and challenge myself a little bit more. Do you think I should do P90X3 or PIO? That was my message. And her response back to me was, why are you not a coach? And I had no idea what that meant. And so that then began the journey that we're kind of taking you on today, that where I educated myself on what that meant. Because you might be feeling the exact same way. What is a coach? Like, what do you do? How does this work? And so we're going to share that. So at that point, I started my journey. I learned about what it was. It was something that was on my heart. Like, it felt so right for me in that moment. And that was 4.5 years ago. And I have never looked back since then. And these ladies are in my life and in this business because of that one decision. And there's thousands more because of that. So it's really, really cool. I'm going to leave my intro at that. And Jenna and Liz, whoever wants to hop on next.
Okay, I'll go next because I'll feed into yours. So Courtney talked a little bit about my journey, and this is going to sound funny to say, you guys, but I love my journey and I love my story because I feel like super relatable. I was a total gym rat from before my wedding in 2006 up until the time that Courtney started the 21 Day Fix. Total gym rat here. Like, I would go to the gym 6 to 7 days a week. I would do 30 minutes of cardio before an hour class. And I just was not seeing the results. And I had a major missing link of nutrition, but I'm very stubborn and I don't like change. And when Courtney came to me and was like, I'm going to try the 21 Day Fix. And she showed me the brochure, because back then we had like brochures and actual DVDs. We'll talk about that. And she showed me this picture of Autumn on the front, and it was Autumn's tight little hiney. And she's like, don't you want to get your booty in shape to look like Autumn? And I was like, no. Because I'm so stubborn. I was like, no, I like the gym and I don't need anybody telling me what to eat. Those were literally the words that I said to her. I remember sitting at her kitchen table in her old previous house she used to live in. And I was just like, no, I'm good, thanks. So she went on her journey. Like she said, 2 months later, she showed me her before and after pictures. And I was like, sign me up. Something clicked, and I think there's something to be said about before and after pictures. If you guys are watching us, if you've watched any of our journeys on social media, you know that we share a lot of before and after pictures, and I didn't understand what they were, but I just knew for me, seeing Courtney's before and after picture was like a trigger for me and was like, maybe I need to try something different. So I went on my journey with her for the next couple months. We got amazing results with that program called the 21 Day Fix, and I did let Autumn tell me what to eat, and it turned out to be amazing. And so my story goes, Courtney signed up to be a coach under Megan because she was just like, I need to try this. And 2 weeks later, after being in her first challenge group for 2 weeks, she came to me and said, I feel like we need to talk about coaching as an option for you, Liz. And guess what I said to her? No, thanks. I'm the queen of no's, you guys. I didn't understand what coaching was. And like Jenna said at the very beginning of our little streaming cast here, I was a very private person. I had like 200 friends on Facebook. I didn't quite understand it. But she was like, no, Liz. She's like, I think that this is going to be the thing that you've been needing. And a tiny little bit of my backstory is at the point that she propositioned me about coaching. I think I was like 6 years into our infertility journey and super unhappy with the job that I was at. And I just deep down, even in my subconscious, knew that I needed something more. I needed something positive in my life. So I told her no, but I slept on it for like 24 hours. I was a lot quicker this time with coaching, and I just could not get it off of my heart. I didn't know very much. There were no glimpses into coaching calls like what you guys are watching right now. I just trusted my friend, and my gut was telling me, try something. Like, this is risk-free. You could have an entire business from your kitchen table, which was something that was hugely important to me. And so I signed up, and here we are 4.5 years later, and it's been the best, most life-changing decision. I know that sounds cliche, but really, you guys, it has completely changed my life in all facets. So that's my little coaching story. Jenna?
All right. Hi, you guys. I'm Jenna Lockhart, and I guess you could say that I am the ripple effect from Courtney and Liz, because I had a very different experience with coaching. I'm actually going to take you all the way back to my high school days. So 2006, I was doing home workouts. I was loving them, but my nutrition was a hot mess. And I actually pulled out some handy dandy trackers that I used to use. You see this? This is from 2006, my senior year of high school. And just to give you a glimpse into what my day was like, this day, I know you can't really see this, but long story short, I had 6 brownies. And because I was tracking them and counting them, and it fit into my calorie intake for the day, I thought that I was being healthy. And I was like, I was fine. I was losing weight, but I was so not healthy, because now looking back at this, and you guys, even the cover of it has brownie batter stuck to it. Like, hot mess. So I wanted to share that with you, because my nutrition and fitness and all of that goes back to even middle school. I've always been into working out. I've been into nutrition, but it took me a really long time to find something that worked and to find what I wanted to do. So I was in 2006, I was graduating high school. I went to school to become a teacher, and I taught elementary school for 8 years. So during this time, I was yo-yo dieting. I was doing all the cleanses. I was going to the gym and literally just like following people around from machine to machine, because I had no idea what I was doing. And then for our wedding, my husband and I did T25 and rocked it. Like, we did such a good job with it. But then I got to that point where I kind of burned myself out, and because I was strictly dieting, I was not living a healthy lifestyle. So I stopped everything from our honeymoon on, gained 35 pounds after we got married. So I hit my breaking point like 2.5 years ago, I would say, 3 years ago. And I knew nothing about coaching, and which is interesting because, and I want to share that with you, I've been into Beachbody for, my gosh, 12 years. And for the first 5 years of it, I didn't even know coaching existed. So as I was, trying to figure out what was going to work, I saw the 21-day fix, and I actually got into it because of my mom. My mom was like, you need to order this. We'll do it together. So my mom and I did the 21-day fix. And that was the very first time, that I learned how to fuel my body with the right amounts of foods. And I saw awesome results. And just like Courtney was saying, like, I did 1 round, then I did 2 rounds, then I did 3 rounds. And then finally I realized that, oh my gosh, I can get products for a discount. What do you mean? And I actually signed up to coach strictly for the discount because I knew nothing else about it at all. So even if you right now are thinking coaching is not for me, it's not something that I ever want to do, I want to encourage you to keep an open mind throughout this call, because I didn't think that it was for me either. And fast forward another 2 years, I quit my teaching job. I'm no longer teaching. I am coaching full time, and it's just absolutely amazing. And I'm so fulfilled and so happy. And it's not anything that I knew I needed in my life, but now that I'm here, it's filled every gap that I've had. So moving on to challenge groups, because I know Courtney talked about that a little bit. Liz mentioned it. A challenge group is basically just a community of other women who are just like you, who are working on their goals. And you can focus on gratitude and mindset and nutrition and accountability and all of those pieces. And for me, that's really what I was missing. I didn't have that accountability and that mindset piece. And Liz is raising her hand. Me too. But I was missing that. I was, going so hard on the workouts for a while, and then I'd burn out. Then I would strictly diet, and then I'd burn out, and my head just wasn't in it. So I wish I would have had a challenge group like that, or just a community where everybody was working on similar goals, because that's truly what it is. And then, a lot of people are nervous about coaching because they're like, well, how do you build a team? Like, how do you take that next step? And I will tell you what, my coaches on my team came from my challenge groups. They were just like me. They were just like Liz, just like Courtney. And they're people who see amazing results, and they realize that living a healthy life doesn't have to be as hard as we make it. And once you see that there's this package that works, then it's like a natural next step to just share it with other people and to share it on your social media. I know that sounds scary, but you'll share it on social media and just tell people what you're doing and show them how you're putting together the fitness and the nutrition and the mindset and the accountability. And that's where your coaches come from and their coaches come from. So it doesn't have to be this big scary thing. It's actually a ton of fun. And it's crazy to me that I met Liz and Courtney online through our team. So somebody who signed up for the discount is now totally intertwined with both of them. So, all right, Liz, I'm going to throw it back over to you. I'm going to talk about the 4 vital behaviors.
Okay, so I'm going to do a tangent off of what Jenna was talking about, challenge groups and growing your team. Like, those are the bread and butter to growing your business. But how do you actually do that? We kind of wanted to touch on how you actually do that, because you're listening to us, listening to our stories, and you're like, okay, that's all well and good, but like, how do I actually do this? How do I talk about this on social media? Like, how do I start? And for us, the starting point are these 4 pillars that Beachbody started, and they've sort of evolved over the years. When Courtney and I started, there were only 3, and now there are 4, and we call them the 4 vital behaviors. And for us, these are the daily actions that all of us coaches do to grow our businesses. And it's something that we instill in all of our coaches and our team members to help them be successful and get small wins and actually help people. So what are the 4 vital behaviors? They've changed. So we're going to start at the top. And I kind of loved how Jenna was talking about how she was totally into Beachbody before she even learned about coaching. And so that ties into our very first vital behavior, which is what we call being a product of the product. Jenna was a product of the product before she even knew what being a product of the product meant. And really, that's where we start. So if you've never been in a challenge group or a fit club or a boot camp, whatever you call it, your first place to start, if you want to join us as a coach, is to become a product of the product, to start your own journey with our phenomenal fitness that's been tested. And there's everything from weights and HIIT to yoga and Pilates and even like country line dancing, whatever floats your boat, we've got it. And really, you start your own journey. That's the most important thing. And to start your journey with our nutritional supplements and to become a product, to love these products, to have your own transformation. And honestly, you guys, something I think that's really important is you got to love this. When you start to use the products and the programs, you have to love them. And just like you would love an amazing restaurant that you went to, or a skincare product, and you would tell all your friends about it, that's kind of how you need to feel about the programs and the products that we have, to be able to share it with others. And that is the second vital behavior, which is sharing your journey, inviting and connecting. And to make it really simple, the easiest way we do that is by going on our own journeys and continuing to be products of the product, because people don't want to buy a product. They want to buy what the product is going to do for them. And so our job is to share our stories through the products and programs and how we're actually like real people going through real journeys. Jenna's laughing, but we're just real people using these products, and we're sharing, just like I share. I'm obsessed with clean beauty, and I share that all over my Instagram. I share my fitness and nutrition the exact same way that I share my love of clean beauty products. So it's really, really simple. And then on to the third vital behavior, which is helping other people get results. I mean, that is like at the core of this company, is to help people lead healthy and fulfilling lives and to actually help them get results so they become products of the product. Because this is not just selling something and leaving somebody to figure it out on their own. We believe that our groups and our products and our nutrition are that complete package for people to actually help them get results. And I think you guys can see that Courtney, Jenna, and I are all proof that it actually works because we've all had transformations. And then lastly, the last vital behavior, which I think Jenna and Courtney would probably agree with me, is one of the most important ones that we do on a daily basis, which is personal development. I was a reader before I became a coach, but nothing like this. Like this, when you become a coach, it's a non-negotiable to grow yourself, because in the end, how can we be helping others get results? How can we be growing teams if we're not filling our own tanks and growing our hearts and growing our minds? So personal development is huge. We read books all about teams and mindset and personal growth and confidence and all the things that maybe you might feel are lacking or that you don't have enough education in to help you be a successful coach. We've got a personal development book for that. So all those four vitals together, I think, help you start your business and help you figure out where to go with things. And they're vital to the growth. And honestly, those four vitals have in and of themselves changed my life and helped me grow and become a better person.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Liz. I feel like we all have said over and over how much this has impacted our lives. And it's hard to put that impact into like a few sentences. But, you know, it's that my family is healthier because this is our lifestyle truly now. You know, like I don't think if I didn't have coaching, my kids would be as healthy as they were. We would eat the way we eat, you know, like I don't cook separate things for my kids. They eat what we eat, you know, our family meals are healthier. The personal growth and the confidence, the relationships, it's all around made me a better person, a better mother, a better friend, a better wife. And you feel that fairly quickly once you start the journey into this. And so
I was gonna say that too, Courtney. I feel like that's the best part, I think, about coaching is that you are working on yourself first. You are working to be the absolute best person that you can possibly be. Like, I'm such a better wife, a better friend, and I'm so much more confident in everything that I do. And that's part of my job, is to feel that way, which is amazing.
Yeah, and I think
I'm just going to say one thing real quick, Court. Yeah. It's changed every facet of my life, you guys. I have to get off the call. That's why I'm jumping in really quick. I just wanted to say that it was my goal to work from home from my kitchen table so that I could make my own hours and set my own day. And so what this is allowing me to do is leave you guys right now. I'm going to get emotional and go pick up my niece, my sister's daughter, who is on Christmas break, and she's coming to spend time with me and my mom. And I never would have been able to go do this with her if I hadn't made this choice. I would never be able to just get up and say, bye, you guys. I'm going to go pick up my niece now and spend the entire day with her. And I still get to grow my business and grow my income and be with my family and my niece. So thank you guys.
Thanks, Liz. Okay, so Liz is going to hop off, but we are going to continue because we have so much more to talk about. And, you know, what Liz shared with her daughter, her niece, is something I can speak to too as a mother. So I told you I was a stay-at-home mom to my 2 and 4-year-old at the time, who are now 8 and 10. How is that possible? But for me, when I was presented with this opportunity, I saw that there was potential for me to be able to create a full-time income while being home and creating my own schedule with my kids. And at that time, you know, my husband and I had made adjustments in our lifestyle so I could stay home with the kids, because before having children, I did work and I provided for our family, and actually supported him all through chiropractic school. So I had the career in the background, but I knew the day I became a mother that I never wanted to go back to corporate America. But I wanted to be able to provide for my family, being someone that had that income and had that kind of freedom that I felt, being able to bringing in money and being able to, you know, go shopping if I wanted to and not feel like I was putting a burden on my husband was something I longed for when I didn't have that. And let me tell you, teaching group fitness classes is not something you do for the income. So it was more of a hobby. But so I saw that if I went into this business and thought long-term, because it is not a get-rich-quick scheme, and knew that I put my head down and I could grind and learn and grow and put my full heart into this for a period of time, that I would be able to create a full-time income. I gave myself a 2-year window. I said, I'm going to do this for 2 years and try to create the income that I was earning in corporate America before I had babies. Okay. That was my goal. I will tell you that I met that income within exactly a year of starting this business. So the potential is there. Is it easy? No. Does it take work? Yes. Did it ever feel like work? Never once, because I truly loved it. I loved helping my clients see results. I loved seeing those clients convert over to helping other people themselves, and then teaching those people how to, again, duplicate that and grow these businesses. And you guys, like Jenna, this girl right here just hit a huge milestone in her business. And I got to tell you, like, it's really exciting when you do stuff on your own, but seeing the other people do these things is even better. At least for me it is. Like, I absolutely love it. And so, you know, it has just been so rewarding and so fulfilling. And, you know, the things I've been able to do for our family because of this business have been things that normally we wouldn't be able to do. And so for me, one of my driving factors are experiences. And I want to create experiences for my family. And when we were a one-income family, you know, those experiences were harder to do. But now I take my girls on a annual girls trip. With the 3 of us go. The last 2 years we've gone to Disneyland, and we have just done it up, you know, like done it all, everything, gone above and beyond anything I ever did as a child. I took the whole family to Hawaii 1 year. We've done remodeling in our house. We are going, I get to bring them on the Beachbody cruise. We're going on a cruise to the Caribbean in like 3 months, Jenna? And I'm taking my kids this time. And you guys, letting them see what mommy has done and what mommy has created has instilled things in their little like souls that anything's possible for them, you know? And so as I've set goals and reached them, or sometimes not reached them and failed, they've seen all of that. And they're always there rooting mommy on. And, you know, when we've hit those big goals, as soon as it's done, they're like, let's go celebrate with ice cream, you know? And that sort of thing is just priceless, truly. And I would do it all for no pay if it would just have the impact on these little girls. And so I think that's a really important part of my story. And if you are a mother, you can probably relate to that.
And Courtney, it's funny that you say that, because like, even I do not have human children yet, but I have a golden doodle. We've had him since he was 8 weeks old. And that was a huge part of my reason for wanting to work out at home, was I would teach all day, come home, and then have to leave and go to the gym or go to classes to work out. And I felt so bad because dog mamas, you know, they just sit and stare at you when you leave, and it's so sad. But that, you know, that was one reason why I started home workout programs. So if you're watching this call and you are, I hope that you're inspired by Courtney's story, but also know that you don't have to have these huge goals from the beginning. Like for me, literally, I just wanted to be able to work out from home because of the dog and have it fit into my teaching schedule. I had no idea, no idea what was possible with all of this. And I think that, you know, once you get into things and you start learning and listening and just kind of open your eyes and open your heart to what is possible, then you may start out as just a discount coach like me. And I know, Courtney, you're going to talk a little bit more about the types of coaches, but you can start out just for a discount. And my entire first year, I just kind of dabbled in things. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do or where I wanted to take things. And then just from doing personal development over time, I got this vision that I wanted to create a life of freedom where I didn't have to teach full time, where, you know, maybe I can retire my husband and we can travel all the time. So having those kinds of visions is super important, but it's not something that you have to have right off the bat, because that will come with time.
Yes, and so let's talk about the different types of coaches. And you've heard Jenna say discount, you know, you've heard me say full-time coach. And I think it's important to know that that term coach can have lots of different kind of levels to it. You know, there are people that do take advantage of coaching strictly just to get the discount on Shakeology, on the new programs when they launch, on the products, the bars, the go-go juice, you know, all that stuff, right? And a lot of people start that way. There's also people that want to create a full-time 6-figure income, and that's great too. And then there's a lot of people that kind of fall in the middle, and they were like, gosh, I would love to be able to pay for my kids' dance lessons or gymnastic classes, or be able to save a couple $100 a month to go on a vacation with my husband.
Or even like a car payment, groceries for the week. I mean, that's where we started. It's like, okay, well, if you can cover groceries, or if you can cover your car payment, like, we're good.
Exactly. And so you don't start off saying, oh, I'm gonna set goal 6 figures, 2 months. No. You set these little goals, and then once you get to that, you're like, oh, okay, I can do more. Oh, okay, I can do more, you know, and it builds on there. And so I just want you to know, wherever you are at in your journey, also, maybe you start as a discount and it turns into something way more. Maybe because you just didn't realize how amazing you could do with this, you know, but it can change, you know, and you could start off being gung-ho, wanting to grow this amazing business, and maybe life happens and you have to take a step back, and that's okay too. So wherever you fall into this picture, your coach, your team will support you with that. And I always say to my new coaches starting, I'm like, if you want to run, I will run right next to you. If you want to go for a nice little stroll, I'm there to help you with that too. So there's lots of different options. And, you know, when you decide to get started, you'll have a call with your coach and you'll discuss that. And then we're going to touch on what happens once you get started and training and all that, because you're not just thrown into this, all of it, and like, bye, see you later.
Right.
You're kind of stuck with us a lot.
It's kind of like what we say, signing up challengers, which that's someone we call someone who just signs up to do the programs and use the products. But it's almost the opposite of sales, if that makes any sense at all. Because I think of sales as just selling, moving on to the next one, selling, moving on. And truly, as coaches, our job starts when somebody signs up with us, because it's our job to help them through their program, through their process of nutrition, and really learn how to get the most out of everything that they're purchasing. And it's the same thing when you sign up to coach. You're signing up with us, and we become a team. We're going to work hand in hand with you to make sure that you are confident in what you're doing.
Yes. So those are types of coaches. I'm going to touch on how we earn a little bit. It can be extremely in-depth. And I always tell everybody, when you need to understand it, it'll make sense to you. But I'll touch on that. It's the basis of why you do this. I mean, money, as taboo as it is important. We all need it to live. And so I know everybody's always curious, what do you earn? How does it work? And it grows over time as long as you're consistent. And so we earn a few different ways as coaches. The first way is a percentage of sales commission type of income. So when you first start off, that's mainly your entire income. And so every time somebody purchases a product or a fitness program, you earn 25% of that sale. And it fluctuates a little bit different with our digital products, like our Beachbody On Demand, the percentage is a little bit higher. And then, every month that someone reorders, you earn that 25%. So when you first start off, that's your income. And I know for me, my first month, I was like, my investment to start as a coach was my own program and product. And I wanted to earn that back my first month. And that's something that I think is so important. And, a lot of other businesses like this out there, there's a huge investment to get started. And I personally sold jewelry with another organization called Origami Owl. And I was really bad at my accounting back then, but I definitely spent more than I ever earned buying all of this product that I kept in stock in my house. And then I would, sell to people individually. And this is completely different. You're not stocking anything. They have access to, you have your own website that people can order from. And truly your only investment is your Beachbody On Demand and your product, like your Shakeology, your performance line, whatever you decide that you want to move forward with. And that's huge. So your cost to sign up as a coach is no different than a customer signing up to join us, which I love. There is no investment in your business. And what business can you invest anywhere from $160 with potential to turn it into something that is like a multi-six-figure business or seven-figure business? That's unheard of. I told you my husband and I own a business, and now we've started a second one. And I got to tell you, our investment to start those businesses was way more. And it takes years to recoup that investment. And so here, it's kind of brain, it's like there's no thought to it when you think about it, because it's like, what do I have to lose? I have nothing to lose. What's the worst that's going to happen? Maybe lose some weight, maybe get healthier, maybe become better all around, maybe help somebody else. So that's your initial investment and how we earn commissions. Now, as you start to grow a team, that's where we start to earn team cycle bonuses. And the best way to describe that is when you have other people doing exactly what you're doing, that volume starts to grow, and we earn cycles based on that. And so now I would say probably even 6 months to 9 months into the business, my team cycle bonuses were surpassing my commission bonuses. And that's because I was growing a team. Excuse me. And then that just continues. And as long as you stay consistent, you guys, that's the key, being so consistent in this business, and help others and lead with your heart of helping others and not lead with a sale, if that makes sense. If you're somebody that truly loves helping other people, then you'll be great at this business. You'll figure out the social media. Ooh, I almost flung my straw. You'll figure out the social media. You'll figure out the technical stuff, and it'll all just come together, okay? And then there's other ways we can earn. There's quarterly bonuses, and in addition to the income, there's trips you can earn. There's like we're going to the Caribbean in March. We're going to find out where the trip is for the previous year or the following year, which will be 2020, probably in the next couple weeks. And there's lots and lots of perks that come along with doing this. So I think I'm just going to leave it at that for the income, Jenna.
I think that's perfect. I mean, and truly, I think you are exactly right, Courtney. It's just a matter of being consistent. It's a matter of being real, being yourself, being confident, and sharing what you're going through. So as long as you do that, and as long as you are willing to give it some time, there's no reason that you won't be successful with this, as long as you're open to learning. So Courtney, I was thinking maybe we could end just by kind of sharing some common misconceptions that people have. So, and I guess really thinking about reasons why someone would hold back from signing up to coach. So I always hear that, well, I'm not at my goal weight, so I can't be a coach. And I want to tell you, it is the total opposite, because nobody wants like fitness Barbie on Instagram or Facebook. Like nobody wants this perfect person, because it almost feels like it's not reachable, if that makes sense. If you show up and you're sharing your journey and your struggles along with what's going well, and you're just being honest and laying it all out there, and you're getting results along the way, people are going to realize that they can do that too. And that is so, so powerful. So that, I think, that's one of the most common ones that I hear. Oh, are you muted?
I was, just because every time my little dog would bark, it would like, pop back to me. So I was muting when you were talking. I think one of the biggest objections, and I felt this myself, you guys, there's two, I will tell you, that are ones that kind of held me back, and I had to mentally get over it, was sharing on social media. What you see, the Fit Mom Court or Courtney that you see now, is so far from who I was 4.5 years ago. You guys, I never posted pictures on social media. I didn't even know what Instagram was. If you go to my Facebook and you have a lot of time on your hands and you want to scroll back, you will see, if you go back to like 2014 or before, I don't think I was even on Facebook until 2012, but you will see that you won't find a picture of me. I didn't post them. For one, I wasn't confident. Two, I just didn't, I was like, I'll share pictures of my kids, but I'm not sharing me. It truly, you guys, it was a confidence thing. I was lacking so much confidence and was so worried about people judging me. And I will tell you that this experience has probably been one of the most freeing of my life, because honestly, I don't care what anybody thinks now, because I know that my story and what I do daily will inspire and speak to someone.
I'm the same way. I have to jump in, because Courtney, when I signed up to coach, I was following a couple other coaches who were posting before and after pictures, and they were sharing their story. And I remember I signed up to coach, like I said, for the discount, because I was not going to really coach. Right. But I remember I had a group text going with all of my college friends, and I had texted them and I told them what I signed up for. And I immediately texted them and I said, don't worry, I'm not going to post about it. I won't share anything. And that was a total confidence thing. And then, 2.5 years later, here I am quitting my teaching job, which I never saw coming, to do this full time and, matching my teaching salary. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I laugh about it all the time, that truly my social media and my phone is my business. And I will say that I have specific times when I'm on and specific times when I'm off, that it's family time. And so when I'm on, I am working. I'm not mindlessly scrolling. I am on my phone with a purpose. And those other times I'm checked out, but it's now part of my life. I can't imagine not sharing my journey. And it's something that I'm comfortable with. So if you're hesitant and you feel like you're not a social media person, just know that that will come. And where Liz spoke to the personal development, that's huge in it. Realizing that your wants and desires for your own life and your family have to come before your worries about what anybody else thinks about you. And what does Rachel Hollis says? Someone else's opinion of me is none of my business. And that is something that really I've adopted over these last 4.5 years. And I gotta tell you, it's free. It feels great.
It is.
I'm a more confident woman and mother, and I'm showing that to my daughters, and that is huge.
It's life-changing in so many ways. And I love what you said about how you have on time and off time, because that's another misconception, is that, well, I have to be on my phone all the time. And you guys, you really don't. You just have to schedule out whatever you can give, 20 minutes a day, an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, whatever works for you. And I will tell you, one of my rock star coaches on my team. Her name is Lauren. She is teaching full time. She has a 2-year-old son, and she is matching her teaching income within the next 6 months, probably. Like, she is on fire, and she's working in those little tiny cracks of her day. So she has a half hour here, 10 minutes here, but she's still present with her family. She's working full time. So if you decide that you want to go all in with this, there are ways that you can do it, and it will fit your life.
Exactly. Yeah. Because I think that's a big question. People say, well, how much time am I going to have to commit to growing a business? And that kind of depends on where you're going to fall in that type of coach, right? What are you trying to create? So when I started, I had big goals. I spent a lot of time. I worked really hard. I'm not going to say that I wasn't constantly, but I also, in the beginning, you're learning, you're doing trainings, you're figuring out this business. It's constantly changing, but you're, really trying to get a grasp of what you're doing and how it's going to fall into your life. And I think I could have been even better at it, starting out. But now, like, it's so streamlined, you guys. And I love one of the new updates on the iPhone. I get it on Sunday nights, like how much time you were on your phone each week. And honestly, usually mine is around 5 hours a week, you guys. And that's not a lot for the business that I have, considering my business is generally on my phone. Now, there are going to be times that it's more than that. And I am working on my computer. So I'm not just only working 5 hours a week. I don't want you to think that either. But, it can be managed in a way if you have the self-control to manage it. And you can grow a really successful business working an hour and a half a day in pockets. It doesn't have to be a full time. So maybe that's you get up 15 minutes earlier in the morning, and maybe that's you stay up an extra 20 minutes, at night, and maybe you work on your lunch break, or when you're waiting in the pickup line for the kids. There's all those little pockets, okay? And so it can be done, okay?
It absolutely can.
Yes. I would say one more objection that I hear often, and that, again, I experienced, was what are the products and the supplements and the shakes and all that kind of stuff. So when I bought the 21-day fix from that random person, I didn't want Shakeology. I wanted nothing to do with it. I didn't even look at what it was. I just assumed that something being sold with an infomercial type of company was not going to be a good quality. And I closed-minded. And I said, my husband's a chiropractor. We get all of our supplements at cost. I don't want that. I have my own protein, right? That was it. Well, when I learned about coaching, I knew that that was going to be something that I was going to have to be in love with, right? Because we have to be a product of the product. So before I signed up, I did a ton of research, had my husband do a ton of research. He's Mr. Nutritional Guru, and wanted to make sure that this product and all of the Beachbody products were going to be something that I would give to my family in addition to myself, and to my children, because we are all organic, very healthy. We spend a small fortune on our food we eat. And that's something we've always done because I understand the importance of clean food, and nothing synthetic. And so when I started researching, I was like, oh my gosh, Shakeology is amazing. There is nothing synthetic in it. There is no additives. The ingredients are made from whole foods. And so it's an amazing product. And I remember when I ordered that first package as a coach and got my Shakeology and I made my first Shakeology, I was like, dang, why didn't I try this earlier? And honestly, I have barely missed a day of having it in the last 4.5 years. It's a staple in my life. I absolutely love it. I've never been healthier than this, and feel really great. And now we have so many more products than we ever had when I started. And we have our pre-workout, which honestly, I don't think there's anything else on the market that compares to it, with the quality and the cleanness of it. We have our post-workout drinks. We have our bars, which, heck, you guys, I was never a bar person. I swear I got to keep myself from eating 2 of those a day because they're so good. So the quality of what you are going to be sharing with people is really unmatched. And
I totally agree. I avoided it for a really long time too, just because, it is a little pricey. So I was avoiding that for that reason. And it's the same thing, you get what you pay for. because it is the best on the market. I really believe that. And I think that's for me why I don't feel like it's selling products, because it's something that I use every single day. I use the pre-workout, the post-workout, the bars, the Shakeology, and I'm buying them for myself every single month, and I love them. So it's something that I'm excited to share with everybody else.
Yeah, and I, it's not a protein shake. Yes, there's protein in it, but it's loaded with tons of other superfoods and probiotics and prebiotics, and that's why I say that it truly improves all aspects of your life with digestion and, the probiotics and prebiotics, the superfoods are huge. And, that paired with the container system and the nutrition and the meal plans that we teach and the fitness programs, there's really nothing else out there like it.
And the accountability. You're getting the accountability. It's the whole total package that you really can't find anywhere else.
That's what I always say to my new clients. I'm like, you're getting the opportunity to have all of this stuff that really works for just the cost, that one initial cost of the challenge pack. Right. And you're not going to find anything else like that out there. So go all in with it, commit, and you will get results.
Yep. All right. So, Court, will you tell us if someone's watching this call and they decide they're ready to coach, they want to jump in, how do they go about doing that?
Yeah, so definitely you want to reach out to the person that invited you to watch this. Maybe it's one of the three of us, or maybe it's one of the other ladies in our team that invited you. Reach out to them and they'll talk to you about the different package options available to get started. And then once you get started, you have training. I mean, you will become part of our Boss Babe family. There is training that you will go through that's going to teach you how to get started in this journey. You're going to set up a getting started right call with the coach that invited you to join, and maybe even one of us. We will help you all along the way, and you'll never be on your own. So I think do what we all did and take some time, to think about all of this, and know that if you feel drawn to it, it's probably for a reason. And listen to your heart, because your heart knows more than, our mind ever will. And our mind will try to talk us out of give us all of these reasons why we shouldn't do this. And a true 100% can say to you, you really, truly have nothing to lose.
Yep. I love what Rachel Hollis says about that. She's the author of the book, Girl Wash Your Face, if you have not followed her or read her book, but she's doing like a 90-day challenge for the last 90 days of the year. And she was talking about how we kind of do talk ourselves out of these new business endeavors or things that we want to do. And she gets all fired up and she's like, okay, what are you afraid of? That no one's going to join your team? That no one's going to be in your group? She's like, okay, well, how many people are in your group right now? Well, none, because you don't have a group. So you're already at zero. Like, it can't get worse. What do you have to lose? And I just love that way of thinking about it, because you don't have anything to lose. You are going to work on yourself, be so confident in your own journey, hit your own goals, stay way more accountable if you're coaching, and you may even help people along the way.
Gain confidence, improve your relationships. So many things come from it. And so you may have more questions, and feel free to reach out to any of us or the person inviting you. I know we are all an open book and are 100% comfortable sharing all of that with you. It's just, you just wish you could say, just do it, because you'll love it. You'll never regret it. And you know what? Here's one last thing. Is that there's a 30-day money-back guarantee on everything that Beachbody has. So
you really have nothing to lose.
Yeah, you truly have nothing to lose. You can try it for 30 days. You can drink your entire bag of Shakeology, and then at day 30 be like, no, not for me. And guess what? You'll get 100% of your money back. So see if this community's right for you. See if these programs are right for you. It's a perfect time of the year with January 1st coming. What's better? There's no other better fresh start day, right? Every day is a fresh start, I always say, but there's something about January 1st, right? That's just a little different.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's it. Jenna, did we cover everything?
I think so. So yeah, just think about it. Reach out if you have any questions. We're always here.
Yes. All right. Thank you for joining us. And we look forward to speaking to you, ladies. Bye.
Bye, guys.